Hey guys, welcome back. So it's not a dental vlog if I don't start by brushing my teeth, is it? Anyways, as much as I have productive vlogs and exam vlogs on my channel, today is more about balance, getting the work done but also making time for ourselves. And stay tuned to the end because I do go through some Q&As on, what you need to do to get into dental school and stuff like that I've not talked about in my other videos. But yeah, I know that in some of my other videos I've been talking about how I've been feeling really burnt out at dental school. It's just, I feel like I've been on a hamster wheel of trying to do best in all aspects of my life, and I'm literally just so burnt out. So I'll be unpacking that a little bit later on today. But one of the things I found is really helping me is getting outside first thing in the morning and getting some fresh air. And I'll talk about the research behind this in a second. Okay, so that set me on a good morning. I'm now gonna make some coffee and some greens. So the first thing that I do when I wake up is I get a big glass of water, and I also get into my exercise clothes and literally run straight out the door to get some fresh air. Literally a very short 2-minute walk, but it's supposed to be scientifically shown that getting some sunlight exposure early in the day resets your circadian rhythm, meaning you will sleep better at night. And we all know from my all-nighter video that I struggle to sleep. This is scientifically shown, and I got it from Dr. Rangan Chatterjee's podcast, which is unbelievably good. Okay, so I've got my drinks now, and I set my to-do list yesterday. So my to-do list is very minimal because I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I've been feeling really burnt out lately. So it's just the minimum stuff that I need to do to get by and get through dental school. So I have my Anki cards to do just to stay on top of all my revision, and then I need to make some progress on this assignment essay thing that I need to write. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know that I'm a really big advocate of studying a little bit every day instead of cramming all the way close to your exams and stuff like that. Personally, I know that just works better for me because when it gets close to an exam time, I stress out to the max. So this just works for me. So I'm gonna set some pomodoros and let's get into it. When I say set my pomodoros, I don't really mean 25 minutes. I usually do an hour and then stop and have a break, or if I can go on, I go on more, but whenever I feel like I'm losing focus, then I'll stop. But yeah, I'm just trying to get all of this done so we have the rest of the day to ourselves. So this is actually just my greens drink. It tastes nasty, but it's supposed to have loads of good stuff for you, so I drink it. Okay, time to get to work. I think in today's hustle culture, it's really easy to get caught up, thinking that you can do every single thing in the world and to be great at it, have a good social life, do university really well, and also be killing it with your health and gym and your hobbies and your friends and everything like that. So, it's very easy to feel like we can do everything, especially when you're in dental school. You're part of that subset of people that are higher achievers, that are people that go above and beyond, that have gotten all A stars and A's and stuff like that at A level, that were already at top of the class. So, it's very competitive, and it's can be quite toxic situation. So I think it's really important to early on in the year in dental school and whatever your academics are, to make sure that you have systems in place that keep your mental health in check, making sure that you have practices in mind, be mindful, have time for socializing, switching off after work and stuff like that. You're not a robot, and you need to give yourself a lot more space than that to function and be happy as well, because if everything else was taken away tomorrow, what can you say for yourself? That you just focus on your work? I think we deserve a lot more than that. Okay, so I'm kind of sick and tired of doing work, and I've completed most of the things on my to-do list. I've done 2 pomodoros, and now I think I am ready for a break. So let's go to the gym, and that will be the last of the main things of my to-do list today. And no, I'm not one of those people that loves to go to the gym. It's really just one of those things that you hate going there, but once you're there and once you finish, you feel so much better. So let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna have a banana as pre-workout because I kind of realized I hadn't eaten anything yet. So yes, I am a terrible YouTuber, but I completely forgot to film the section where I was at the gym, so here's some footage from last week. It was just leg day, so I was doing some compound movements, which hits multiple muscles in the legs, and then followed up with some isolation movements. But yeah, I think exercise and movement is one of those pillars, I think, to have a balanced life and to have good health. I think there are certain pillars like sleep, stress management, you know, movement, eating a decent amount of meals a day are all very important and come together to give you good health and balance and allow you to live a healthier and happier life. So it's really dark outside now. I've just come back from the gym. It's around 5 o'clock and that's pretty much everything on my to-do list done today. So I'm really happy about that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make some lunch and then just take today as a self-care day. So another pillar that I think is very important to pay attention to is relaxation or stress management. And so here you see I'm doing some baking, one of my favorite things to do, because you know, you put all of your love into this, you can share it with like loads of people and you get something really yummy to taste after the end of this. And you know I'm a sweet tooth. But yeah, I think if you neglect this area of your life, and this is probably the first one to go because you're thinking, wow, I have so much work. Who am I to go and sit down and just read a book? Who am I? You know, I can't be doing this. I've literally got so much, and even that stress just like weighs on you. But I think your body knows ways to tell you that you're actually not taking care of yourself. You'll find out in other areas of your life, like, you know, your body might feel a bit more stiff, or, you know, you'll have headaches more often and stuff like that. But you really need to take care of yourself, and if anything, like really have a good look at your life and see, actually, like, am I happy with the way that I'm treating myself? And you know, you only have one body. But yeah, anyways, for this relaxation pillar, I think really ask yourself, what makes me so happy? Think about what makes you really excited. You know, think about what you would do if you had all day to yourself, and make sure you make time every week or even every day to do those kind of things. I have showered now and I am ready for my self-care. So as you may have seen, I already put some cupcakes in the oven, so I'll be waiting for that to come off. I made some blueberry muffins, which honestly, they always turn out 10 out of 10. So I'm really excited for that. But while I was there, I asked on Instagram what kind of questions you'd like to be answered and stuff like that. So I've got a couple of those I thought we could do while I do some sheet masks. So obviously make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'm posting very consistently there, and also you'll be able to be part of videos like this where you get to ask questions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start off by taking off some of my makeup, and then we can choose a mask to put on. Some of these are actually really cute as questions. Okay, so the first one is it hard to balance a social life with uni, and is it hard to put the time into societies? So, I think it really depends on which university you go to, but you have to have good time management strategies. So kind of like the jump from GCSEs to A-levels, it's kind of like the same thing. It's a lot of work, and also like because you're going into clinics and stuff like that, it's a lot of work, like mentally, physically, all of that. Like you have to be on top of your studies, you have to be on top of everything, sorry. And especially with uni, I feel like there's a lot of like social aspect to it as well. So you really don't want to miss out on, you know, going to lunch with your friends and stuff like that. Like those are the things that make the university experience. So I highly recommend, like, you know, sort yourself out, like really figure out like how to organize yourself, how to effectively study and stuff like that, and then you'll have a blast. Honestly, now that I'm in 4th year, I've really been feeling a lot of burnout recently. I've just been so go. You know, I'm trying to prepare myself for 5th year, but I've literally feel like I've just been, you know, burning the candle at both ends. So I think last weekend I literally just had to stop everything and like give myself like a day or two just to, like, you know, do nothing, do whatever I wanted to do. Like a lot of the time, and I've said this in other videos as well, like I study all the way up until nighttime. So for example, if I'm going to sleep at 12 or 1 or whatever, I'd literally study up until like the few minutes before, brush my teeth, and then go back, get into bed. So, you know, you can imagine how damaging that is, because I'm never switching off from work. And realistically, that's actually not good for my sleep because I'm directly looking at this blue light and stuff like that. But yeah, so one thing that I've like now decided is that Fridays after clinic, I'm just going to spend it on myself. Like I'm just going to read a book, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do, and then also like every day before I go to sleep, first of all, I'm trying to sleep early, so I'm trying to sleep ideally before 11. Obviously that doesn't happen when you have like social things going on, but I'm okay with that. Like on like normal uni days, I want to sleep at 11, and also before I go to sleep, I really want to make sure that I'm giving myself time to, for example, you know, read a book or whatever. Those are my favorite things to do, and I think because of university, I haven't been able to focus on these things. So I might look ridiculous, but it's all in the name of self-care, you know? So yeah, I think it is very doable to balance everything, to balance social life and stuff, but you just really have to come in with good systems. By the way, I am using these moisture eye sheet masks. On that note, I think my cupcakes are done. But this is my cupcake. I'll do like a little close-up shot as well, but I already had one when I was waiting in the kitchen. Oh my god, they taste so good. They're really like crispy on the top, because what you do is you put sugar on the top and then it like crusts over, and then underneath you have like a really nice soft moist blueberry muff. Oh, I'm so excited. Anyways, let's go on to the next question. Any setbacks to dentistry? So I don't know if you've watched my gap year video, but yes, I actually didn't get in the first time. I think the worst part of my application was probably personal statement, and the first time around it was definitely my UCAT. I think I was just about average on UCAT and my personal statement wasn't great. So even though I got all A stars and 1A at AS level, I did not get into any of the universities I applied to. Also, I did only apply to like London universities, so you know, I was shooting high already. And then second year I applied to a bigger variety of universities, but also I spent a lot more time on my personal statement. I didn't have A levels obviously to worry about. It's a very tricky thing. I was given the university I went to, sorry, the college I went to was not very good in giving advice. Like, you know, they told me a lot of misinformation. That's why I really think like this YouTube channel is really important, because I had so much misinformation. People told me that dental schools would not accept resit students, so I was like, I've got to put everything into my A levels, which, you know, in a way is good, but then also like they didn't teach me like the proper way to like apply to universities, and you know that you should start your UCAT really early and stuff like that. Like there's just so much that I wish I knew. But also at the end of the day, like I'm in dental school now, I'm gonna be hopefully a doctor soon, so you know what I mean, like it all works out in the end. Time for the taste test. The next question is, what are the best things I can do after my GCSEs over the summer and in year 12? Can't lie, after GCSEs, you feel quite burnt out, right? You really want to make sure that you're going to be prepared for A levels in terms of just get a really good summer break. Between GCSEs and A levels is probably going to be the only summer for a long time that you won't be stressed with loads of things. There isn't actually that much that you can do. A lot of people, when I was going through that phase, a lot of students, they like went through the physics textbooks and, you know, went through the biology textbooks and stuff like that. But I say, actually, it's just better to just wait. Like as you're going through the content, go through the textbooks as you're going through it. If you feel like you really need help, then go to the extra hours. Going to support hours, or you know, like going to after school sessions and stuff like that will be enough to tide you over. I don't think it's worth going through the textbook beforehand, because you don't even know what's going on. Like you're just feeding it to yourself, unless there is one other occasion. One of my friends, actually his sister did, is like a few years older than him, so basically taught him the whole of A levels before A levels, or at least some sections of A levels, and that was really helpful. In terms of like application wise, there isn't much that you really need to do, apart from maybe you can start thinking about, okay, first of all, what career do you want to go into? I'm assuming you're asking me because you already know that you want to go into dentistry or medicine. So then you have to think about, I have a whole video on actually work experience, but you have to kind of think about what kind of work experience do I need? I go through the different types of work experience you need. Briefly, you need two different types. You need dentistry related ones, and then you need like people based ones. So, you know, working in a care home, or, you know, a charity shop or something like that, or even at McDonald's. So you kind of maybe want to start sending applications and stuff like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, don't worry too much. All of that work experience, personal statement and UCAT, you're gonna have to do in the next summer, so the following summer, so you just gotta be ready for that. You can't really do anything other than that. You can maybe prepare by, you know, figuring out what UCAT resources you're gonna use and when you're gonna start studying for your UCAT and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, it's not necessary. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap there. I hope you like this different kind of video today. It's a little bit of a deeper look into, you know, what it's like to be a dental student. And yeah, if you like this kind of content, I have loads of other productivity content on my channel, as well as what it's like to be a dental student, as well as how to get into dental school. So if any of those things are things you're interested in, make sure you check out those videos on my channel, as well as subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!